Hello. No one is watching this, so no introduction needed. Um, Today is my birthday. I'm 30. I have pretty much come to the conclusion that I have high functioning autism, which causes me to have problems relating to people. Well, not relating to people, just have a hard time with human interaction because I found out that I can't prepare for it. And I'm a person that needs to constantly be prepared. Notes, paper clips, pens, a plan. I want to be candid. Because with myself, it's more like a video diary documenting me. I don't know what I want out of life. I don't know what my dreams are. When I was little, if I liked anything, my parents would use it against me. It's like, oh, you like listening to music? Well, since you didn't do A, B, and C, we're gonna just take that away from you. Books, movies, friends, games, computer, anything. So I learned not to love or like anything so much that if it were to ever be taken away from me, that it wouldn't hurt me. And I still carry that sentiment so much. I've been through a few relationships. One of them pretty awesome. The next one was okay, but it was a learning experience. Didn't end terribly or anything. Exactly. So yeah, that gave me a lot of perspective of how I open up to people and share my love and how I want to be perceived and loved back. And of course, they both left. The relationships that I was in, they left. And it was like something in a very long time where I've cared about something so much that when it left, that was distraught, and I didn't know how to cope with it because I guess I never allowed myself to love something so much because I guess I never wanted to get hurt. But here I am on my birthday. I have stopped talking with everyone, all of my friends. Well, I got into contact with one of the individuals that I had fallen madly in love with. And I told him how I was doing. And then I went oh, can you call me? He goes, he's like, oh, when I get back home, I'll text or something. Or I'll talk. And did a little bit. But, I had waited all day to hear something from an actual conversation with this person because I miss them so much. And never, I asked him I told him how I was doing, and then I asked him how he was doing, and he just only responded to oh, that's good, you're good, I'm glad. And he never responded to how he was doing or anything like that. And that was one of the things I really wanted to talk about. And I hadn't heard back from him since. I could have gone forward and said, hey, what about the other question? But from another relationship, from this first relationship that I had, I would ask this guy, please call me. Call me. Whenever you have a chance, just call. And never fucking called. Never did. And I was waiting by the phone, just waiting for me to be acknowledged. I don't know, but I feel like I can't really connect with people through text messages. I need a call. And I just remembered that I told myself that I'm not gonna sit through this shit again. And then now, with the person that I've madly fallen in love with, it's just the same. And since I told myself I'm not gonna stand for that shit, I've stopped talking to him too. I won't talk to him ever again. Because it doesn't serve me. That relationship doesn't serve me. And this is something I've so hard have been coming to, this is a lesson I'm learning. There are many people that I consider my friends. They're not really my friends. Because I see these people who are friends with people and they're constantly getting texted. Hey, you want to go here? You want to do this? How are you? Da 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 da. And I don't get any of that from anyone. I think it's because I'm very socially awkward and I don't have hard life experience like they do, going out and being free. I was free when my father passed away when I was 17. That's when I was free. And even then, I was still not free. I wasn't free to do what I wanted until now, at the age of 30. So I never really got friends because my dad, he, at a very young age, he never allowed me to go outside after a certain age because I was talking to two elderly people and he pulled up in his truck and was like, get in this truck. Threw my back in the back and I was like, you're never leaving the house again. And I never did. I stopped having birthday parties at the age of 7. So I couldn't invite people and have friends. And I couldn't go out on my own and be free and have these experiences of life that I needed to talk to people, to negotiate, to have friendships that would fall through, to have good friendships in general. I wasn't allowed to have friends. Oh my God, you have a friend? Oh, are they really your friend? Here's what we're gonna do. Ask them to bring you food. And if they don't bring you food, then they're not your friends. We're gonna tell them that we're gonna starve you. And see if they'll bring you food. Oh, I'm fucking sorry. They're in fucking middle school. And I don't think it's their fucking responsibility to feed my ass. So yeah. No friends. No contact. No boyfriends. No intimacy. Intimacy of friendships, of hugs even. Nothing. And that's really screwed me up. They say that from the first 6 months, and even past then, you should be holding your child. And up to a certain age, they should be having a hug a day. I don't remember where I saw it, but it was psychologically, it makes them feel safe, it makes them feel secure, it makes them feel like they can bond. And I never felt like I could ever connect with anyone. I never felt like I could ever have a bond with someone. And so I never was looking for that. And then when I like moved out of the country and moved elsewhere, like I tried to make bonds with people, but then I would end up moving. So I figured for a long time, like, why even bother making friends? Why even bother like looking for a boyfriend? Why bother? Because you're just gonna move. And I have abandonment issues, obviously. Huge abandonment issues. And I didn't want to be the one to abandon people. So I didn't talk or connect with anyone because I knew that it was unfair for me to leave. Because I did that to my first boyfriend. I told him I'd be back, and I never came back. And that's the first time I abandoned someone. And I have a lot of guilt because I felt like if I would have stayed, things would have ended up much more differently. I don't know how. Maybe it would have been worse. Maybe it would have been better. I don't know. I'll never know. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Not the case anymore. We don't talk to each other because we realized that friendship doesn't serve us. It's too raw. It's too raw. So not friends with him anymore. And then when I bonded with something for the first time, and I wasn't expecting it. The first thing he did tell me was, "Don't fall in love with me." And of course, like that works out. And then he left. All those emotions of abandonment keep flooding back, and I never really had the chance to grieve it. Not until I moved over here by myself. By myself, I have roommates. They're older adults, so it's like not I can talk to them, and I don't speak too well Spanish, and they speak Spanish. So that I really was thinking about a lot of things. Like, why am I crying all the time? What makes me happy? And I don't know really what makes me happy. And I realized I don't know what it really feels to be happy. Like a day-to-day sort of thing. I don't know what makes anyone else happy. Like, I met someone who knows a lot about themselves. Are they the greatest person? No, not like compatible with me wise, but we are friends, and I respect him because he's honest about everything, and he says that certain things stroke his ego, and it seems to bring him joy. So I'm like trying to figure out like what strokes my ego, what does this, what will make me happy, and this is something I'm really wanting to know. What will make me happy? Because it's not these other people that I no longer talk to. Because, like, I'm a person that if you were like to say, call me, I'd be like, right then and there, I'll just jump to it. I like to be there for people, I like to listen to people. But then I realized no one holds that same energy for me. And I don't know why. Because they hold that energy for other people. They hold that shit for other people, but not for me. So I'm trying to figure out also, like, what's wrong with me? Autism, it's one thing. I can't really read a room, or sometimes it's extremely rude, and I don't realize that I am until, like, someone says, hey, that's inappropriate, you should be saying that. But it's because, like, when I was younger, I didn't have those interactions to tell me, hey, don't say that. I never, you need that. It is so imperative that you don't fucking hold your children back as children. Stop letting them, like, hang around adults and shit. They need kids. I needed to be around other kids, and they didn't fucking allow that because, oh my god, your grades are so bad. Oh my god, look at those dishes. You can't even fucking wash a goddamn spatula right. Go get punished. No more music. No friends. Who the fuck are you talking to? And then one friend that I was allowed to have, oh, he sexually abused me. Yeah. Yeah, you did. Luis. I'm calling you out by name. Calling it for what it was. That messed with my another whole thing of me. And I didn't realize at the time. Oh, and we tried to tell his parents, but their baby boy couldn't do anything wrong. No. No. Well, I can guarantee you that I'll be in a better place than he will be in the end. Let's just put it that way. But oh no, he also wants me to come crawling back to him too. Never. I'd rather die on the streets than ever let you touch me again. Never. I've moved past that. Another thing that doesn't serve me. And, yeah. Maybe I'm reading the wrong people. Maybe I'm in the wrong place. I don't know where my people are, or what my people could be. I don't even frequent the internet because I wasn't even allowed on the internet as a kid. Like, we were still having like dial-up AOL on the phone. Hang up that phone, I'm on the internet style. And so I was really stifled in that. And during that time, there was already Wi-Fi. People were on MySpace and YouTube and stuff. I was not allowed. Not allowed on that. And I guess it protected me so much, but like now you need to be on the internet. Like, understanding social faux pas in real life and in the internet is something that needs to be learned now, because the internet isn't something that's going to go away. And like, yeah, they're saying, oh, kids are being on there younger and younger. But like right now it's their Wild West. Just like when we were younger, it's our Wild West. It's at some point, I'm sure it'll be cracked down upon. And it's not going to be like, they're going to be like, oh, remember back in the day when we were able to like get away with all this shit? Like back in apparently my day, people were always on like chat rooms and like talking to like adults and other stuff like that. I did see that my one of my friends, because they had a computer in their room and they were allowed on the internet whenever they wanted. And they were indeed exposed to exploitation on that end. Put it that way. I witnessed it, and I didn't realize what the hell I was witnessing at the time. But yeah, so this generation is going to experience the same thing, but it's also something that's almost like not exactly necessary, but it's going to happen one way or the other. And someone's going to have to be someone else's lesson. So I guess when those kids grow up, they're going to be like, don't go on the fucking internet so young, you know? It's something we always have to learn, what to say, what not to say on the internet, what to say to people, what not to say to people for their face, how to go about being polite. Because a lot of people aren't polite on the internet. There's so much anonymity that they think they can get away with anything because no one holds them responsible. And like, and that's just something that we're just going to grow into. The internet's going to be everywhere and everything like that. And because I was never on it or anything, I don't know how to interact in Reddit forums or chats or Discord, Twitch, nothing. I have no idea, like, how to be seen on the internet, how to navigate it. I feel like when I get older, I'm gonna be scammed. With my Alzheimer days, I'm gonna be scammed. Because that's something also like shit that people have to learn is like scanning. Well, whatever. I'm getting off topic here. But I'm ignorant to many, many things. But the main thing is people. I'm ignorant to people, how they work, how they function, how to interact with them, how to keep and maintain friendships. I don't know any of that. And that makes me incredibly lonely. I don't really know how to go up to someone and start a conversation, like what they want to talk about, what is appropriate to talk about. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to make friends. For like a long time, my heart physically hurt so much because I was so lonely and in pain. As I get older, I realize like a lot of the love has to come from inside of me, because I'm the one who's gonna hold my hand. The only one. I'm the one who is just gonna love me, because one day my parents will be gone and they won't be around to tell me that they love me. I don't really have any other family who are gonna say those words to me. So I'm the only one who will ever tell me that I love me. And in the end, I will be the only one in my mind guiding myself to the other side. It's me. And so I've had to learn how to accept myself a little bit more. So much so that my heart no longer hurts. At least I have that. But that still doesn't stop me from wanting more. Wanting to be loved. And that everyone wants that, to be loved by someone. It doesn't mean like to be in a relationship. You can be between friends. I hear it too. Oh, I love you. I love you too. I want something like that. But I don't know how to have that or maintain it. I don't know. Because like one of my other good friends, I do consider him a friend. We don't talk very often, but when we do talk. But they're off very far away from me, doing their own thing. And I also was messaging them back and forth, and it's been a week. They haven't contacted me, even though I did ask them, like a couple questions, but they never got back to me. But I realized because they have their own things going on and whatnot. Maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe I'm not putting forth the effort that I need to. Perhaps that's it. I'm not really sure. I'm just workshopping here to figure out what's wrong with me. Because, like, it doesn't even matter if you're pretty or you're ugly. It really doesn't fucking matter in that case. Because anyone can get a friend. That's what it seems like. But how? How do you get it? I don't know. I don't understand. I really don't understand. I don't know. I don't know what the magic pill is. But reflecting back on the past 18 years of my life, I have improved. I've got my head out of my ass. I've become a lot more polite. Come to acknowledge a lot more. Acknowledge the problems that I have inside of me. And I'm still learning about like my weaknesses. I'm really delving in there. Like I'm really trying to delve in there and understand. I have gotten I got rid of a lot of bad habits. I still have a problem with eating. It's not really an eating disorder per se, but it is. I'm an emotional eater, very much an emotional eater, and I don't know how to really fix that because like I can't like starve myself or like work out to this point. Because I've already tried that and I've lost a bunch of weight, but because of that, in my head I was like, oh, I lost all this weight, so I can eat more. So that didn't really help anything. Exercise didn't help. I could exercise, but I would just be maintaining the same overweight weight that it would have. Because I would think, oh, well, I'm working out. That means I can eat more. I know me. And that's what would happen. So I have to address something a lot more internal, but I don't have the money. I don't have the money or the time, because apparently it takes years. In today's society, you need to have money to be healthy. You really do. It's so easy to get overweight. It's so easy. It's right there. It's so cheap. It's so easy to blame others. It's so easy because I'm not gonna go to therapy and acknowledge I got a shift in the morning, or I got shit to do, or I don't have $100 for you to tell me that everything's gonna be okay. No, I need, one would need to shop around for their own therapist to make sure that they're right. Because I've heard some horror stories from some therapists. So one needs to find the right one. And I'm very much want to be prepared. I'd want to do an in-depth analysis, but maybe that's something I'll do in my 40s or something like that. Because I just recently have had a big shift in my life to where I am in a different place now. Not quite an Airbnb, but sort of like an Airbnb. I am in a different city, dealing with, let's just say, I don't really want to say what I do, because I'm pretty quiet about that kind of stuff, but I'm enjoying what I do. It's very fulfilling to me. It makes me a little proud sometimes too. But it was a good day, because, I don't know, the job itself, that's something that makes me happy. But I don't know why it makes me, I have to analyze that too. What part of the job makes me happy? Because I'll tell you this, I used to work at a gas station. I used to work at Hastings. That place is shut down, defunct. Embezzling. It's embezzling. But that didn't make me happy. Sometimes I'd even go there and I'd be suicidal. But when I go to this job, I come in a little frustrated. I'm like, shit, I gotta do all this. I could get this shit done myself. But maybe I guess that's what makes you happy, is because I get it done. To do it myself. And my work shows, I think. I don't know. I think it shows. But I'm I guess I'm in a happier place, or I'm in a place where I can really, where I have to rely on myself, where I have to trust my gut, my instinct, and my intellect. Taking all those years of knowledge and putting it into something, and using my personality, or the strengths of my personality, to get that shit done. Maybe that's what makes me happy, is because myself, my personality, who I am, is a great asset to my job. Perhaps that's what makes me happy about it, is that I feel good about being myself. I feel good about being myself at this job. That's what it is. All right. Okay. Epiphanies. All right. Huh. I guess that's the other part too, about people. I'm a little extreme, a little out there, not crazy. Conspiracy theorist much, but not really. Just like to talk about random stuff. Oppositions and whatnot. Playing devil's advocate. And I'm a huge devil's advocate. I just like to push forward, a debate in something. I don't know. That's just who I am. I've been feeling really self-conscious though, about myself when it comes to me as a woman, because I'm fat. And even if I get any 6-packs or whatnot, the loose skin will show. I have an ugly body. I cannot lie. That is the truth. It is the truth. It is the years of me and my sadness. I'm no longer as heavy as I used to be. Not by a long shot, but I'm still heavy. Heavy enough to where I'm not noticed. I'm not noticed. I'm not desirable. I know this because something recently happened to where there's very blatant. And it was a huge blow to my self-esteem, to my ego, I guess. But I took a lot of positives from that because I was able to put up boundaries. I was able to understand why I was feeling hurt. I was able to understand a lot of things. I didn't throw myself at anyone either. And that's a first. That is a first for me. And that is like huge, huge. So at the least, I grew. There was something I grew about that. Because I'm not comfortable in my skin. That's another step I have to take. I have to learn how to be comfortable in my skin. As flabby, overweight, and uncomfortable and sweaty as it is. I don't know how to do that and be that way yet. Because there is actual physical discomfort. Like I have hyperhidrosis that causes excess sweating in the hands, armpits, and feet. Not on the forehead. Oddly enough, just hands, armpits, and feet. And I'm constantly like moist. Constantly. Like when I get really nervous, I can shake my hand and it'll like, it's like I just washed my hands. Like flecks of water droplets go everywhere. Maybe because I also have a lot of anxiety, it also adds to it. But it's not a lot of the population is really affected by it. I could have surgery on it, but I can also lose 40% of my nerves in my hands, the palms of my hands. So no, it is something I have to learn to be comfortable with. I have soft hands though, hell yeah. Soft, I don't really have to lotion them at all. They're just soft. So there's actual physical discomfort with my body. And somehow I'm gonna have to learn how to deal with that and be comfortable with it. I don't know how to do that. I just don't know. I gotta learn a lot of things. But I still have shit. Turns out a lot of my family members are living well into their 90s. And just like my mom, I'm really dreading that. Because honestly, I'd rather... Let's just put it this way. A long time ago, I made this like pact with myself. If by 50 I wasn't happy, I'd do something about it. I don't know if that still holds true. But I think about it from time to time. And it scares me even worse that I'm going to be living into my 90s and still being unhappy and lonely. Not only unhappy and lonely, but having to rely on other people if I have the money. If there's a good nursing home. And my mom was in a nursing home, and I'll tell you what, they don't give too many fucks about them elderly people. Not unless you have money. If you don't have money, yeah, no. So that's a scary thing. I don't think anyone really thinks about that. When they get older, you're going to have to rely on someone else to take care of you, and you better hope their parents raised them right for them to take care of another person, especially an elderly person. And if the way my life is going, I won't have kids, because apparently ovarian cysts run in the family, so I could be very well infertile. I don't even know it. That's something else I'm having to come to terms with. So I won't have anyone to rely on but myself, and hopefully I'll have money. Hopefully they'll be decent people. Wipe my ass, help me wash, keep me from eating things I'm not supposed to be eating when I get to that age, you know? Hopefully. But again, I hear so many horror stories My mom has been in there. She's seen a lot of things. Relying on people. I have a lot of fear of relying on people. That's something else, I guess. You know, maybe my life is just beginning. Maybe this is gonna propel me to something great. I hope so. I'm cautiously optimistic for the future. But I might as well say all these fears and worries. And hell, maybe 10 years from now, I'll look back at this and go, oh, I can't believe I was like that. Hopefully, it will be like that. But who's to say? There's this guy on here that I watch from time to time. I won't say his name, because if I say his name, oh my goodness, he will come for me, because he's also not quite mentally stable. But I see a lot of myself in him. And I see a lot of cautions and warning signs as well, where I could have been and where I can still head if I'm not careful and hold myself accountable. So yeah, I just watch this person from time to time freak out on people, pushing away people who are trying to support him, blaming others, not moving past anything, not getting the therapy that he needs. And I worry for myself, because I don't want to turn like that. I mean, no offense to him, because that's how he is. But I don't want to be that. I think I used to be that when I was very young. But now I'm 30. And it's time for me to change. I can't be a pick-me girl. And I can't be an asshole. I can't be cold. But I can't be too feminine. Not in the terms of what you think, oh, you need to wear pants. No, I'm not talking about that. I mean the softness of a woman. The emotional, compromised side that can be so easily hurt. Because they are right. You can say something to a woman and it could be totally factual, but we'll still cry about it because it's the way that you say it. I can't be too that. I have to bring in some of my masculinity and gain anti-fragility. Not toughen up. No, I need to have anti-fragility. But that also means having some kind of balance in my life, having structure, which isn't something that I've had in the most recent years. This is getting a bit too long. I'm giving myself 2 more minutes and then that's it. Closing statements for myself. I hope I do better. I hope I can make people proud. Like I said, I would. And I hope one day that I will love myself the way that I want to be loved and acknowledged and comforted. I hope one day I will know what makes me happy and that I can learn how happiness feels so I can acknowledge that in my day-to-day life. I want to know. I want to learn. I want to be better. So then, happy birthday to me. And thank you to the people, very few people who told me happy birthday. But I really appreciated it. It really meant a lot. Thank you. And everyone, I hope you have a good night. Bye.